Infernal blessings. We are back with another video. All right, before I begin, real quick, some quick announcements. For those interested in booking a 2024 spiritual reading, forecast reading, which basically is what it sounds like. It's a forecast for what you can expect for your 2024 upcoming year, what the gods, goddesses, demons, and spirits got in store for you. You can book that now. I do it now from pretty much till about the first week in February. So you can reach out to me. And also, if you're interested in any other type of reading I offer, Clepothic demonic readings, Santa Muerte readings, Egyptian oracle readings, shadow work readings, deity readings. Reach out to me for any of the aforementioned. Shoot me an email at khnum19@gmail.com, and I will send you information on how to book a spiritual reading or a spiritual consultation. Also, if you are interested in signing up for classes, okay, the way to sign up for classes is real simple. Go to patreon.com/Baniti, Baniti. That's patreon.com/Baniti, Baniti, and tier 3. That's the tier you want to join. That gives you access to all of the classes and the archive, not just when you join. You don't just get access from the day you join moving forward. You get access to over 3 years worth of content in the archived. Even all the monthly rituals we do on Patreon are archived, and you can see them. And it gives you, it's helpful because if you want to look at those rituals and perform those rituals in your own way, you have the ability to do that. All right, so patreon.com/Baniti, Baniti, tier 3. That's the tier you want to join. Don't forget to check out the Primordial Chaos podcast, where all this new content is also being uploaded. The Primordial Chaos podcast is available on Spotify and all major podcast platforms. Check us out on Instagram, Primordial Chaos 9. One word. Check us out on Facebook, Primordial Chaos, 2 words. I also upload all the new content up on the Facebook page also. So all the information I just mentioned, the direct link to the podcast, my contact email, the direct link to the Primordial Chaos Patreon page to sign up for classes, all of that is in the description box of this video that you are watching right now, this current moment. Having said that, I want to talk about ritualizing the holidays. Okay? So there's a big debate that comes up in different spiritual circles, different aspects of spirituality and consciousness, right? Where people sometimes might have personal reasons, religious reasons, or conscious spiritual reasons why they may or may not observe here in America what we call the holidays. And I'm mainly talking about Thanksgiving, Christmas, well, maybe not so much New Year's, that's just the bringing in of a new calendar year, but more so Thanksgiving and Christmas. Should we celebrate these holidays as occult practitioners on the left-hand path this now, or should we celebrate them at all, period? Well, first and foremost, as mature, conscious individuals, that's entirely up to you. That's step one. As I said, I don't tell people what they should and should not do. I can only share with you what I do and why. So as you guys know, over the years, I'm pretty big on the holiday season, Thanksgiving and Christmas. But not for all the mainstream reasons that one would think. So I just want to give clarity on it. And that's why I call this video Ritualizing the Holidays. Well, as we know, your whole life technically is a ritual, right? You should know that by now if you're on this path. You should be ritualizing your entire life. But let's look at this from a quote-unquote conscious standpoint. There are a lot of people who are conscious/woke that don't observe these holidays because of the history behind them. If we look at Thanksgiving and we look at the Pilgrims and the Puritans when they came here, and what was done to the natives when they were here, and the foundation of what this holiday is based on, and how they obtained these lands, and this is why some people don't even bother or celebrate any of those holidays. And I get that, totally understand it. They might have reasons for Christmas because it's rooted in paganism, which is kind of funny to me. Even when you look at the Christian community, they're conflicted. They'll acknowledge Christmas. Some won't acknowledge the commercial aspect of Christmas when it comes to Santa Claus, elves, reindeers, and this, that, and the other. Well, let's clarify both real quick. I want to make it clear, when I celebrate and observe the holidays, I ritualize the holidays in my own way to change and alter all of that energy that I just aforementioned. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving in the way that historically it's been passed down to us. The only way we're going to alter and change the energy is if we take these holidays and completely ritualize them and utilize that energy and change that energy for what we want it to be. So for Thanksgiving, it's a more personal thing for me. It's about me gathering on and within my circle with my friends and my family and giving thanks to the spirits, the gods, and the goddesses for all the blessings that they have bestowed on myself, my family, my friends, and those in my circle. We use the concept of giving thanks, acknowledgement, right? Yes, you can incorporate any concept or method you see, but by doing that, what I'm trying to explain by doing that is you're changing the energy. So the mainstream masses are celebrating it for all the aforementioned reasons they shouldn't. And I want to make that clear. Now, part of it also, growing up as a child, as I've said to you guys before, the holidays were a big thing in my family growing up. So I'm more spiritually rooted to that togetherness aspect. I always connect with getting together with family, sitting at the table, the stories with, crazy uncles, and just all the energy that comes with vibing with family and friends. That's the main thing, right? And I've taken that on a deeper level and even personalized it even more. So this is what I'm trying to get you to see. This is how you ritualize the holidays. Rather than just complaining about it, bitching about it, why I don't do this, that, or the other. A lot of you motherfuckers is front. You do. A lot of motherfuckers say they don't. You motherfuckers are sitting down eating turkey, this, that, and the other. Stop bullshitting. But that's a whole nother story. But my whole point is learn to ritualize these holidays in your own personal way. Change the energy. That's how you alter things. Sitting around just complaining and talking about is not changing anything in the ethers. Okay? Now, Christmas, for an example, real quick, or what they're calling Christmas, we're on the path of the occult. So when people are saying it's paganistic, that's right up our alley. I love the magic. I look at there's a real magical aspect of Christmas. As I said before, the character Santa Claus is partially based on an actual character called Saint Nicholas. If you go Google Saint Nicholas, and this is why they call him Old Saint Nick, right? You will find out he's a canonized saint within the Catholic Church who used to literally help less fortunate children. He would visit less fortunate children. He would bring them gifts. So this is where they've infused the actual aspect of a man called Saint Nicholas into this character they created called Santa Claus. So hail Santa to everybody. Hail Santa. But when you look at the whole, you got the elves, you've got Santa, the adversary, Satan, Santa. It's different. Look, it's different for me than maybe it's so for others. Because when you got, the conscious warriors, they so conscious, it's all rooted in this now. Then, all right, I get that. But see, it's different for a person like myself or others who are really wrapped up in the mythos and the magical aspect of Christmas. So when you get into the aspect of all the things, the reindeer, Santa, the elves, right, mistletoe, some of the Christmas, it's a very magical time of the year if you ritualize it. And again, like Thanksgiving, it's deep rooted in my upbringing. Because Christmas every time of the year, and I know, granted, I know this time of the year is different for everybody. Some love it, some hate it, some despise it, etc. I get it, and people have their own reasons for it, and I get that. But I can only share with you, and I just want to give people clarity and explanation of why I do celebrate and ritualize the holidays in my own personal way. I love all that shit. Even as a kid, I was so engulfed in the Christmas energy. I love the whole vibe, especially even more so back in the day when neighborhoods and the houses were decorated, and you could feel the energy. I mean, it's fucked up because if everybody had that Christmas spirit or energy year round, not just at a certain time of the season, world might be a different place. That Christmas spirit can be real if you tap into it. The world might be a different place if people were nicer to each other, respected each other more, did more acts of kindness, all of those things. We might be living in a whole different world, a whole different paradigm. Who knows? But I remember as a kid growing up, could never wait every year as a kid till Christmas came around. And it wasn't just Christmas Day, it was that whole month or several weeks leading up to it. Just the stores being decorated. You go into whatever city or town you lived into, the main part of town or the city being decorated. Everywhere you travel, you can feel that Christmas energy. I know it's changed a little bit over the years, but I try to capture that energy. Why? Because that activates a certain spiritual energy within me. It takes you back to feeling young again, like a child. Again, I can only share with you my experience. These are my reasons. I'm not into the commercial aspect of it, most definitely not into the religious aspect of it, right? Because then you got the other fools with the religious Christians, keep Christ in Christmas, and they don't even know he wasn't even born on the 25th of December, but that's a whole nother story. We know how they came up with that date. As I said to you before, the 25th of December on the Gregorian calendar is the day of the year on the entire calendar that has the shortest hours of daylight. And I confirmed, and I told you in the past, I've confirmed this in my discussions with Catholic priests. So the Nicene Council and those that got together chose that date because it was symbolic of Christ, who represented the light, being born and emerging from that darkness. So therefore they chose the 25th of December. There's a connection there with Nimrod and paganism going into the Christmas tree and this, that, and the other. Look, it's very occult in nature if you understand it. You can look at Santa, as I said, hail Santa, hail Satan, hail Santa. You can look at that any way you want as a form of the adversarial current. Yes, I've heard people break it down, reverse the words, the red and white. There's many different aspects you can grasp from that breakdown. My point to us on this path, what we do is a little bit different, and some people may not understand it, or they may. So it's not a matter of fact if you do or do not celebrate the holidays. Again, that's your business. I don't judge either way. All I'm saying is I do. Don't be quick to rush to judgment when you don't know what perspective I'm utilizing it. I'm changing that energy that has been passed down to us, as we know, does not have a good history to it. Especially Thanksgiving, more so. Okay? But by ritualizing it, you alter the energy. And if more people did it, it would start to change the vibrational frequency of that energy. Rather than every year comes around, you immediately tap into being angry, mad, pissed off, and everybody can break down why they don't. But if we're living in a society that does, and it's everywhere around you, then you have to jump into action. How can you change that energy? Ask yourself that. Because if you don't come up with a solution in regards to that, then you're just every year going to tap into that miserable energy that brings you down. I get all the information that's out there. I was in that boat years ago. I used to be one of those very conscious, woke persons back in the day, and would speak out all bitter and angry, but never had no solutions. And one thing that happens with some conscious people that are so-called awake or woke, they're great at finding and pointing out all the problems. They're great at complaining and telling you everything that's wrong, but they never follow it up with any solutions. Okay? My solution is ritualizing these holidays in your own personal way. Ritualize the holiday season. It's fucking magical. I love this shit. And there's so much power in the ethers you can tap into as a magician. This time of the year is so vibrant, gets me so amped the fuck up. It starts in the fall with the Devil's Shabbat, or All Hallows Eve, or Halloween. We have the conference around that time. That's like the opening of the season for me. That leads into what we're getting ready to do with tomorrow, Thanksgiving, into the Christmas season and the New Year. It's a fucking phenomenal time of the year on a multitude of levels. You just got to look at it from a different perspective. If you get caught up in all that bitterness and just getting sucked into the energy of all of what's wrong with it, then you don't have the ability to transform it and make it what can be right for you on a personal level. So it's a great time. Tomorrow, I have all the family coming to the house. Got my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, my sisters, my uncles, okay? My sons, wife, everybody is there. And we're going to have a good old fucking time. A major family event. We don't just do it Thanksgiving. We get together through the course of the year. So see, that's the thing. Carry that energy and facilitate it through your entire year. Don't just make it a huge family moment, Thanksgiving only. And that's the other problem. That Thanksgiving energy, that family vibe, that stays with me throughout the course of the year. We get together regularly and do shit like that throughout the course of the year. Okay? So when you ritualize these holidays, it takes on a whole different overtone. And that's what I'm encouraging some people to look at. Now look. Again, I'm not telling you what you should and should not do. If you have no interest or desire or don't want to be bothered with it, that's fine too. But all I'm saying, for those that do observe and celebrate these holidays in their own special, unique way on the occult and the left-hand path, understand that too. Don't come at me with no bullshit. Not that anybody ever has, but just for those that might be wondering, Baniti loves the holidays, celebrates the holidays, but I'm explaining to you why, more in depth and detail. I've made that the energy around my house during the holidays is the magical energy goes to a whole nother level. There's Santa Claus. I deck the tops. I got high ceilings, and I got these things that come up. I put like them bells of holly, all that wreath stuff going on, all that shit. I got it on my fireplace, the electric fireplace, which really almost looks like you would think it's a real fireplace for Florida, and it actually gives off heat and warms. It's actually a real electrical fireplace that actually gives off heat. But I'm saying I have decorations all around that, different types of Santa Clauses all throughout. This year we up-stepped it. We got 2 trees in the house, not 1. So we got the tree in the main living room, and then we have a tree in the den. The wife wanted to do a second tree, and I'm all on board for that. So we now got 2 fully decorated trees in the house. Just all that energy. Christmas trees, elves, Santa Claus. Man, everything that comes along with it. Look, and I vibe with all that old school Christmas music. Because again, spiritually, it's connected to my upbringing, especially my mother. Right? And I told you guys before, my favorite Christmas carol, not for any religious reasons, now was Silent Night, Holy Night. My mother used to sing that to us all the time growing up as kids. And I do a ritual every year. I told you guys, I wait for the house to be quiet, and it'll be sometime in December, and I invoke the energy of my mother, and I bring her to me, and she sings that song to me while I'm in meditation. I see her, I feel her, and I hear her all the time. And it's just, look, it's just just thinking about it, you guys, I get personally a little emotional, but it's a powerful time when you know how to tap in. Even like yesterday, that's a true story. My father, who is now passed away, believe it or not, it'll be almost 6 years come January of next year. And, yesterday, every year, usually for the holidays, there's a place I go to over here called Joseph's Italian Market. And it's where I get a lot of stuff for the holidays, pastries, different types of foods. So it hit me in the moment yesterday. I'm in there, and it happens every fucking year I go since he's passed away. because I used to go there a lot with him. It was one of the places he liked. He was big on the holidays. He used to love that whole going out and getting all the stuff and gathering for the holidays. So I'm in there yesterday, picking some things up, picking up an online order that I had placed for some cakes. And as I go to the customer service and, say I'm picking up an order, the guy leaves to go pick it up, and I'm looking around, and, Joseph's is fully decorated with all the Christmas stuff. And then they got Christmas music playing. And then all of a sudden, I feel the presence of my father around me. Then I see him. And it's crazy, man. In that moment, it happens every year since he passed away. When I go and do this, I hear him, like he's standing right next to me. I see him. I feel him. I'm tapped into all the ambiance and the energy inside of Joseph. I'm saying that to show you guys that's how powerful when you tap in on the energy. And it was weird. It's like he was there with me. It was his way of letting me know that it's that time of the year, and they're aware. So I've got probably different reasons why I tap in to the energy of these holidays, maybe more so than others. But this is what works for me. I'm not saying this is going to work for you. You may not even have no interest or desire in what I'm saying. You may not even care, and that's fine. You're entitled to that. But I'm doing this video to show the flip side of that. How we can change that energy. How you can connect if you have a ancestral or personal spiritual connection, how you can bring that out and ritualize that. That's the beauty of it. And again, like I said earlier, I know some people might have some really bad memories. The holidays could bring up bad memories because maybe it was a bad time of the year for a lot of people. Maybe critical things happen in people's lives at that time of the year where it brings up bad memories and negativity. That's a reality that exists. I get that. So I'm taking all that into consideration. So what I'm saying is you find your niche, you find your way, how you're going to deal with it. But one thing we've learned, especially from a Luciferian perspective and philosophy, is we have to be tolerant. We don't have to accept, but we have to be tolerant of certain things and ways and practices that we may not be in alignment with or agree or practice, but tolerant just means you get it. I understand, doesn't mean you don't have to have anything to do with it. And that's one principle of a Luciferian that they must acknowledge to master themselves, just like certain magical practice systems, methodologies a person might use. You may not get it, you may not like it, you may not understand it, you may not be in agreement with it, but if that person's getting results and it works for them, you understand that you are tolerant of that. And that's kind of where I'm at and where I'm on board. I'm very understanding with that. So I'm saying with what I'm trying to break down to you about these holidays, ritualize them. And now let's front, there's a lot of other people who are embarrassed to say they like the holidays because they think it's going to make them, I'm on this so-called conscious or woke path. It's gonna damage my ego and my conscious credibility. Like street cred, being a thug and a gangster. Some of you motherfuckers deep down on a very secret level, you guys love the fucking holidays, but you front because you're trying to keep up the facade because you don't want to see your so-called woke friends. Hey man, why are you celebrating the holiday? Man, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. Man, I get it. I'm past them stages. I get it. I understand it to a degree, but if you're not doing what you want to do for your reasons, for your happiness, for your joy, then man, you got some soul searching to do. There's some closet people that love the holiday. You're in the closet about it. You fronting, you hiding, and on the down low when nobody's around, you celebrating. And that's okay. But come out the closet, dude. Come out the closet. He or she. If you celebrate the holidays, celebrate them in your own unique way. That's all I'm trying to tell you. I want to make it clear. I'm not into any of the commercial, religious, or historical aspects of it. I learned as an occultist and a left-hand path practitioner years back when I was on this path, like, look, I do love the holidays, and I always did, regardless of what path I was on. How can I still tap into that energy, but not in a conformist way? That was my thinking several years back. And I said, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm not going to front like I don't love the holiday season. Because when you tap into the energy and the spirit of it, there's a term they use, get into the Christmas spirit. there is a such thing to me, as cornball as that might sound, as the Christmas spirit. Part of getting into the Christmas spirit, like I say, again, this might sound cornball. I like when it's evening time, right? As we get into the month of December, I'll just be sitting in front of the fireplace, my cornball ass, with a cup of hot cocoa and some damn Christmas PJs. I'm not even fronting. And I got some old school traditional Christmas music playing. You know how therapeutic and healing that shit is to me? For me, and maybe for others in the same boat. That shit is, man, that shit is love. The best way I could describe it. Yes, it creates that fuzzy warm feeling. I ain't gonna front. But I tap into the power and energy of it for a multitude of reasons. Not for all the mainstream aforementioned. I won't even fuck with it on that level. Okay? So, having said that, as I am close to my destination, getting a little exercise in before I head out later this evening, I just wanted to share that with you. I hope this video, ritualizing the holiday season, helps. Maybe some were looking for this information. Maybe some of you motherfuckers don't care. That's fine too. It is what it is. But I just felt the spirit compelled me, the Christmas spirit, let me stop, compelled me to share this. Or maybe you're somebody who does love the holidays, you just don't know how to incorporate this on your path. Well, now I'm showing you how. Okay? And I don't give a fuck. I ain't into all that politically correct shit. I say Merry Christmas to motherfuckers, not Happy Holidays. When it's Christmas, it's Christmas. I don't care. I'm not offended if you say Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. I don't give a fuck. None of that stuff offends me. I'll say it back to you again. Same to you. But it's Merry Christmas, folks. Okay? It's Happy Thanksgiving, Happy New Year, and have a happy holiday. Okay? If you want to say it like that, I got no problem. But anyway, see it. If this information can help you, just learn, if that's one of your things you want to do, how to ritualize the holiday season. All right? Other than that, again, if you need to reach out to me to book a 2024 yearly forecast reading or any type of reading that I do offer, shoot me an email, khnum19@gmail.com. Again, if you want to sign up for classes, go to patreon.com/Baniti, Baniti, tier 3. That's the tier you want to join to get in on all the different classes that I've been doing for the last 3 years that are ongoing. And again, all the in the description box of the video, all the links, the direct link for the podcast, my contact email address, the direct link for the Patreon page to sign up for classes, the social media pages on Instagram and Facebook, all that information and how to reach out to me and contact me with all the links, it is in the description box of this video you're watching right now. All right, that's going to do it for me. I won't be doing any videos tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. For those that do celebrate, however shape, form, or fashion, I want to wish everybody a happy 2023 Thanksgiving. Give thanks, give honor and respect for what you do have, and stop bitching and complaining about what you don't have. This is your boy checking out. Infernal blessings, and we will talk soon.